Shalom. As always, I want to start these videos by giving all glory, honor, and thanks to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son for this wisdom and knowledge. That is Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakak Wadash, as well as the salutations upon to the elders and apostles of GMS, Great Millstone, whom I've learned this truth under and have been laboring, helping younger brothers such as myself understand this 144% doctrine of the Bible. And you would the madness, if you weren't seeing on the screen, is a clear and evident U.S. military veteran pulling up to the truck stop in booty shorts, okay, with long hair, no beard, and booty shorts. This is what I saw. This was south of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a couple days ago. Okay, and the Lord gave me another example, the Wadi Yahweh Yahweh Shai, because last weekend I did a video on how sad and pathetic the U.S.'s military parade was looking, and then just a few days later, you see the Lord gives another example of how through this place is. This is supposed to be one of the mighty men of the country, one of the OGs in the military, pulling up, trying to pop his cheeks for the boys at the truck stop. This is the madness. This is fucking crazy. Okay, so let's get the definition of effeminate. I have a couple definitions of effeminate. With reference to a man having characteristics and ways of behaving traditionally associated with women and regarded as inappropriate for a man. Effeminate is an adjective used to describe a man or boy who exhibits qualities traditionally associated with women, such as softness, delicacy, or a lack of traditional masculine traits. It often carries a negative connotation, implying weakness or a departure from what is considered manly. And one more, effeminate, having feminine qualities untypical of a man, not manly in appearance or manner. And that's what we see with not only just this man, a man of the U.S. military, which makes it even worse, even crazier, pulling up in booty shorts at a truck stop. This place is through. But let's get these scriptures. First of all, him having his long hair. 1 Corinthians 11 verse 14. Doth not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him? Run it back. 1 Corinthians 11 verse 14. Doth not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him? Okay, got another one, speaking, not only does this man have long hair, but he also he's bald in the face. He ain't got his facial hair growing out. Leviticus 21 verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cuttings in their flesh. Okay, and then let's get another one, and it show you how messed up this society is, because it all types of manners of madness and confusion. Why this is called Babylon, meaning confusion the great. Okay, he's wearing in modern day, in Leviticus, it speaks on, don't prostitute your daughter unless that land become full of wickedness, with just paraphrasing. But in modern day, this whoredom plagued society, he's wearing what would pertain unto a woman, wearing stretch pants, stretch shorts, booty shorts. That's what typically the women in this society will wear. All you gotta do is pull up to your local Walmart, gas station, wherever, and you gonna see all the whoredom of these women under Esau's watch in full display. But he's in that spirit, and it speaks on that in First Timothy 2 verse 9 on women should be in adorn themselves in shamefaced and modest apparel, but not in this society. And he's in that same spirit, popping his cheeks for the boys at the truck stop. This is Deuteronomy 22 verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Let me get that again. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy power. And this place is just flooded with all sorts of wickedness and abominations, okay? Showing you more and more that this place don't follow. It is in complete opposition of what the Bible instructs. And actually, we're gonna get this in Jeremiah, speaking on these veterans in that zesty boy spirit. Jeremiah 51 verse 30 in the NLT. Her mightiest warriors no longer fight. They stay in their barracks. Their courage is gone. They have become like women. The invaders have burned the houses and broken down the city gates. And you don't think these other nations can peep this? See that the America's military is through and getting weaker by the day? They can clearly see that, and pretty soon they just gonna run up. They already got sleeper cells here on U.S. shores, and America in this third world is gonna be stretched too thin. It's gonna be fighting too many battles, and they not gonna be able to defend the home front, and they gonna just run up on Babylon the Great, America. Let's get that again. Jeremiah 51 verse 30 in the NLT. Her mightiest warriors no longer fight. They stay in their barracks. Their courage is gone. They have become like women. The invaders have burned the houses and broken down the city gates. And you see a OG in the U.S. veteran, and this guy try to big up him. Thank you for your service. Meanwhile, this a whole zesty boy pulling up at a truck stop where it's typically going to be mostly men at a truck stop in stretch shorts and booty shorts. You can't make this up. Meanwhile, let's run through some of the examples of what's currently in America's military. You got the I messed it up, but you got, some Instagram bops, these cute ass little Edomite looking women, all right? And they flexing for the gram and TikTok, thinking it's a joke. It's not going to be a joke. It's not going to be a game when they get sent to this third woe over in the valley of Jehoshaphat. Yahweh Shaphat, the Lord's judgment, the so-called Middle East. They either going to get smoked by one of the missiles out there or shot up, or they going to get G to the RAPE. Okay, they going to be spoils of war, which is what happens in war and battle. Okay, these women shouldn't be fighting in no damn war, but Esau don't give a damn. He gonna draft these women too. They want to be strong and independent and tough like men. They gonna get sent over there as well. And then you can't forget, you got your zesty boys, and these are Marines, U.S. Marines, as well as your capital letter T's. All right, your Transformers in disguise. It says this is allegedly, this thing is Dr. Rachel Levine. Dr. Rachel Levine becomes nation's first Transformer 4-star officer. Just more and more madness, even more zesty boys. It's disgusting, man. And then you can't forget your capital letter L's as well up in Esau's military, just through. Meanwhile, they gonna be fighting this. You got men over there in Russia in that wartime. The spirit of the bear is coming out of hibernation. Russia is identified as the bear, as well as Gog and Magog in the scriptures. All right, you got these men over there in Russia in the dead ass freezing winter, training with the bear with their shirts off, getting ready for war in that warrior spirit. And this is what you got in Esau's military through. So let me play these couple of clips.
Watch this man and bear fighting, but it's not a real fight, just a practice session. In Russia, people share a fascinating bond with bears. These incredible animals are deeply rooted in Russian culture, symbolizing strength and bravery for centuries. Russians have included bears in their folklore and traditions, and some have even trained them for circus performances. What looks dangerous is actually a display of years of training and mutual respect. Next time you see a Russian with a bear, know there's a rich history behind it. What other unique bonds between animals and people in different countries do you know?
Alright, and as the saying goes, don't poke the bear. The Lord is putting in these Americans' spirit to poke the bear, which is Russia. And it is also spoken on in Ezekiel 38 that Russia, Gog and Magog, would be a guard unto these other nations. and as well as you know, is to let the weak say that I am strong. Let me get that. Make sure I don't misquote which one that is, because these other nations ain't as afraid of big bad America as they used to be, because they can see this place is getting increasingly weak. Okay, it's spoken on that in Joel, the 3rd chapter, which is a chapter speaking on the third woe. Beat your Joel 3 verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. So these other nations that once wouldn't dare, you know, battle America is now getting prepared for battle, okay, and then turning their economies into wartime economies, getting ready for the war. And Russia is going to be a guard unto those nations. So they you know, that those are Edomites too, okay. And we seen Iran and Israel spoken on in Jeremiah the 49th chapter, that the least of the flock shall draw them out. Okay, Israel is going to draw America out into this third woe. All right, and it's not going to end well. That eagle, that prideful eagle, is about to get ripped apart by this bear. All right, and we see all the signs. These men over here training in the snow with spiritual, with a bear on top of that. Okay, meanwhile, look at Esau's. Let's go back to that. Look at Esau's military in America, completely through stew out here, over. But you know, just another example of how we don't got too much longer in this place. I hope this is edifying, and what led me to, you know, spark the spirit of this video is you got one of these veterans over here pulling up to the truck stop in damn booty shorts. All right, through. Shalom.